Good afternoon, everybody. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. And if you're watching this either live or recorded, that means it is a Thursday, 2:30 p.m. means we can break away from the desk for a little bit and get some stretching and movement going. Now, before we get started, if there's anything you guys would like a little bit of extra love shown to, go ahead and drop it in the chat. You can come off mute, mute and say it out loud, whatever you want to do. You can definitely work it into the routine I got planned out here for today. What I got going on today so far is a lot of stuff based on the exercise with Exos workout earlier. That was a tough one for sure. A lot of burpees at the end, all worth it though. So I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Feel free to kind of put stuff in there as we go along. I'll keep an eye on it. But let's go ahead and get started. On the ground, once again, we're gonna be cobras, please. You know I love those. Awesome, yeah, we can definitely work that in. Okay, what we're gonna do though is start out on the ground here today in a hands and knees position. I'm gonna bring my camera down, see what I'm doing. All right, you guys, so starting with, we're gonna address the shoulders here because the shoulders definitely got a lot of work earlier today. And even if you weren't with us for that workout, shoulders will probably still be liking this. So from this kind of hands and knees position, what we're gonna do is a static thread the needle. So I'm gonna take my right hand, thread it through that gap between my left arm and my left knee. And I'm gonna kind of sink down towards the ground here. So bent at the hips, bent at the knees. My arm here is now pressing into the ground. So back of my right hand is pressing into the ground. And once I solidify that press into the ground, what I'm gonna do is use my right upper back and my shoulder to kind of pull away. We should feel some stretching in, around, under that shoulder blade. Once you find some good tension, let's just breathe. I knew when we were doing those kind of standing T's and all that earlier that this was going to feel really good later on. Good job, you guys. Long inhales, longer exhales. Nicely done, you guys. All right, one more breath. All right, slowly we can let go of that tension, rise up out of that position. And what we'll do now is we'll do it on the other side. So I'm going to take my left arm, thread it through the gap between my right arm, right leg, push the back of my hand into the ground, and then pull away with that left upper back and shoulder. Once you find that tension, breathe into that tension. Good job, you guys. Feel free to close your eyes, let that relaxation take hold as we breathe. One more breath here, you guys. Nice big inhale, nice long exhale. Then we can slowly push ourselves up back into that hands and knees position. Good job, everybody. All right, next up, let's go ahead and lay down on our backs here in our space. The posterior chain also definitely got a really good workout earlier. And one of my favorites to kind of address that area of our bodies is going to be a nice sciatic nerve glide. So we're bent knees here, lying on our backs on the ground. What we're gonna do is start with one leg, bring that leg up in the air, point the foot towards the ceiling. We're gonna take our hands, interlace those fingers. And so our leg can kind of now rest in our hands. We don't have to use our quads to hold it up anymore. And keeping the knee slightly bent, we're gonna start to move from the ankle. So point those toes up towards the ceiling, and then we're gonna try and move that heel up towards the ceiling as much as we can. And that's where we're gonna feel some tension. So slowly start to go back and forth like we're kind of noodling and putting our foot on the gas pedal and then taking it off. Breathing all the way. Just trying to loosen up some of that tension all the way from our heel all the way up into our back. If you need a little more tension, you can kind of pull that leg a little bit closer to the chest, keeping that knee bent. We're still looking for just a medium amount of tension as we move our ankle back and forth here. Good job, you guys. Make sure the back of that pelvis is evenly on the ground. We don't want one leg or one back of the hip coming up over the other. Nice and stable on the ground here. All right, let's do one more each way. So point those toes up and then try and bring that heel all the way up towards the ceiling. Good job. Relax, bend that knee. We're gonna go over to the other side. So same deal, interlace those fingers behind that leg. We're holding that leg up now, knee slightly bent. And we can start pushing that ankle back and forth, bringing the heel as close to the ceiling as we can, and then pointing those toes up towards the ceiling as close as we can. Good job, you guys, good job. Back of the pelvis, gotta stay flat on the ground here. Looking for a comfortable amount of tension. Shouldn't be making any kind of face like you would if you were in pain. This is supposed to be relaxing. Good work, you guys, good work. All right, let's breathe through it one more time. So point those toes up and then bring that heel up as much as you can. Lots of tension. And then exhale, bend that knee, relax those legs. Nice work, you guys, nice work. Okay, let's flip on over to our stomachs. We're already here all the way on the ground. Take a moment to flip all the way on over. All right, so as requested, let's go ahead and get some cobras in here. Spine extension, really good, especially because all of us are not doing it super often. Planting those hands up around face level. The goal here is going to be to push ourselves up, but keeping the front of our hips, our whole pelvis connected to the ground. So if you kind of push yourself up and you start to feel that pelvis come off the ground, go ahead and stay in a position where you can keep that pelvis on the ground. But if you can push yourself all the way up and lock those arms out, more power to you. So once we get up into this position, let's take a nice big deep breath. Let those shoulders relax on the back of the rib cage here. One more deep breath, and then slowly lower yourself down. Good work, you guys, good work. Okay, we're gonna go through that cycle 2 more times here. Here we go. Push yourself all the way up. Relax those shoulders. Breathe. You can also hang out on your elbows. That's a viable option. Let's slowly lower ourselves back down to the ground. All right, take a breath down here. One more time, you guys. Pushing ourselves up just as far as you can go while keeping that pelvis connected to the ground. We're gonna go ahead and big inhales through the nose. Nice long exhales. We're nice and relaxed in this position. And on that next exhale, we can slowly lower ourselves back down to the ground. Good work, everybody. Good work. Okay, slowly, let's make our way all the way up for this last and final one. You guys have the option to either be in tall kneeling, just supporting yourself on the knees here, or you can stand all the way up. What I'm going to do is stand all the way up. This one can be done either which way. So more work for the shoulders. Gonna make sure that we have some nice available rotation. So plant those feet about shoulder width apart or a comfortable stance. And what we're gonna do is bring our arms out into a nice T formation. We're not shrugging. Our arms are just up, matching our shoulder level. So let's go ahead and clench those fists, but keep the thumbs up. And what we're gonna do now is rotate those arms forward. So we're bringing the thumbs forward and then pointing those thumbs down. Make sure you're not shrugging, make sure you're breathing. And then we're gonna try and bring those thumbs forward, up, and then pointed back. There we go, you guys. Good work. Just go as far as you feel comfortable with going. And then we're just going to slowly kind of rotate through the sockets here, going as far as you can from pointing the thumbs down to all the way pointing those thumbs back. And if you can go even further, pointing the thumbs down after you rotate all the way back, more power to you. That's awesome. But we're just doing what we can here today, doing what we can. Let's do a couple more rotations each way. So bring the thumbs all the way back to pointing behind you, shoulder blades still, down and back on the rib cage, and then rotate them all the way forward, pointing them down towards the ground, breathing as we go. All right, last rotation, guys. We're just going to bring them back up to our neutral spot, thumbs up towards the ceiling or the sky, and then slowly bring those arms down. Give them a little shake. Might have gotten a burn going. All right, you guys, that is all the time I have left for this stretch break today. Thank you so much for joining me again. Want to harp on the member satisfaction survey. Please let us know, how we're doing, how we can create better experiences for you guys in the future. If you're looking for that link, it can be found on our Slack channel and our SharePoint site. And Brittany was actually smart enough to copy that link, bring it to the chat. So link is also in the chat. Thank you for that, Brittany. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Stay healthy, stay safe out there, and I will see you guys next time.
Thanks, Louise. Bye.
See you guys. Thank you.